And good morning, everybody. Welcome into the stream. Wow, I don't think I've ever streamed this early before in the morning, but welcome in, everybody. Happy Saturday morning to every single one of y'all. We're here for some NASCAR practice and qualifying. Will start here about 9:30, but right now they're showing the trucks on FS1. This is FS2. Did I hit the wrong one? Let's see here. Did I hit the wrong one on FS2? Or Bassmasters. I was watching on FS2. It's practice and qualifying on FS1. Here comes CeeLo. Time for practice and qualifying. That's right. So welcome in, everybody. Make sure you're hitting that like button as we always do. Get to 100 likes on a practice and qualifying stream is always amazing to me. But hope everybody's had a great last night's stream. If you guys hung out with us last night, it was so much fun watching Kyle Busch win his uh, I think Rafa King said his 66th truck race. That's crazy. But Kyle Busch won the truck race last night. So I picked that this weekend. So we'll see if I picked Jesse Love to win today. So that's my prediction on the Xfinity race. That will be on after this race, after this qualifying practice session is over for the NASCAR Cup Series. It'll be on for about an hour or so. So during the second round where they have the 10 cars qualifying, I'll put that pin message in there so everybody knows what's going on. Dab Dave, have a great stream. CeeLo, what's up, dude? Appreciate you being here, man. Dab Dave, what's up, dude? Good to see you in here, buddy. So let's see what's up as we're just waiting on practice to start here at 9:30 on the stream. So early morning, 66 truck win and tied Todd Bodine for the Texas wins for Kyle Busch, which is pretty impressive, very impressive. Everybody knew he was going to win. I mean, Christian Eckes gave it everything he did. Sportzilla, what's going on? Morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. So, just waiting on the practice to come in here. We'll get it going. Everybody got any big plans for a Saturday afternoon? We're going to be doing this in the Xfinity race, and then I might do a Braves baseball game, depending on how I feel. Maybe, I don't know yet. I am not sure. Just waiting. 7 more minutes. Keep on hitting that like button as you're coming in. It's early morning. We'll see how many people show up this early. I know the other day when we had an early practice, I was like, when it started, like, what, 11 or so, I was like, oh, we might not get in much people because it's early other places, but good possibility we might not. So, just waiting on it to come on. But a couple of notables in the field they're going to be qualifying today. Austin Hill gets his start in the 33 RCR car. That should be interesting. And then Jimmy Johnson's going to run his second race this year in that 84 Legacy Motor Club Toyota. So those two guys will be qualifying and practicing today. We'll see if they're in one of the Group A or Group B. But yeah, so did you have breakfast? No, I did not have breakfast. I literally got out of bed and came over here. So Saturdays usually is my morning to sleep in because I have to get up early every time. Norman says, "Morning, CeeLo. Good day of practice and qualifying. Go Larson." Brendan Dow, what's going on? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. It's about 6 more minutes. But yeah, so Jimmy Johnson and Austin Hill. And Larson's back to his normal paint scheme, back to his normal 5 blue and white. Hendrick, what's up, Dallas? What's going on? Welcome in. Bacon and eggs for everyone. There you go. There you go. But should be interesting to see what Austin Hill can do in that 33. We were talking last night. You know, if Austin Dillon ever retired, what would they do? And there is Austin Hill, so maybe the plan is already in set here to kind of get him used to the Cup races and see what he can do. So go Team Chevy, Richard Carr. Hope that finger's good for you, buddy. 5 more minutes and this sucker will be coming off. Watching some fishing. It's one thing I never had a Anyone got any sausage? Nope. Get the bacon going. Get those biscuits in the oven. Dallas, let's go. Oh. So coming up this today, like I said, we're gonna do this an Xfinity race, and then we'll go from there. Tomorrow we'll be doing the NASCAR Cup Series, and then after that we'll be doing some Braves baseball next week, Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Lots of baseball. We missed out on baseball last week. I was really busy with family in town and lots of stuff for work. Left hand phone typing. There you go. It is kind of hard. It's like, forget that pepper gravy, biscuits and gravy are a good breakfast. That's right. Keep on hitting that like button too, y'all. Trying to get to 50 likes. Only at 26. Let's see if we can get up there. Keith says butter. It's 27. 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. 5 more likes to 30. Yeah. Let me turn it down. Okay. Okay. Right here. Just a little bit. Nothing much though. Spain in the green screen. There she goes. Too early. Some nice paint schemes. Yeah, there is some really good ones. Right here. Right here. There's Gregson there in the 10 overstock. See some of these paint schemes here. Chris Buescher. Could he get the pole today? He was really close last year. Dude, this is my track. You see the screen? Keith says. Corey LaJoy, that's 7. That looks pretty good too as well. 2 minutes. Come on now. There's the Suarez and the Kubota. There's Rowdy Busch and that 8. And the emojis are up for you guys too as well for this week's paint jobs are up as well. They're in a pin message above as well, but I'll put them on the screen for you guys. We have all our ones that we usually have. And the more members we get, the more emojis we get. Ty Dillon's is really eye popping. There's Hocevar. Of course, he got the his first truck race win here last year. Hocevar. Ricky Spinhouse Jr. there in that 47. As you're coming in, hit that like button for us. It's early. And we're waiting on this to go. It should be going off air right here. Yeah, here we go. Iron and then Joey Logano and the AAA Insurance Ford. Going off the air or what? What's going on here? Oh my God. Harrison's scheme looks so cool with that neon blue and black. Yeah, I like that too. I was close to picking that as my favorite. I picked John Hunter Nemechek though. Come on, it's 9:30. What's going on? All right, here we go. Back to the audio.
Drivers putting their work clothes on. I don't mean chaps and spurs, Clint. If we're in Texas, we're ready to take to the track for NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying. Good Saturday morning, everybody. Back to the 1.5 miles. The short track swing is over, and now into the meat and potatoes of the steak and potatoes of the NASCAR circuit. Clint, what was it that always got your attention about this place?
I'm Clint over here, Mike.
I said Kevin. Clint. I'm just throwing you
Let
off.
me tell you what gets your attention about this place. It's the sheer speed of Texas Motor Speedway. Bad, fast. This is a bad mamma jamma. You better respect this place, Kevin.
Yeah, and you've got two choices here. You can run the bottom or you can run the second lane up. And what used to be the resin that they would put on the racetrack, they didn't put that down this time. So practice right here is going to be on the bottom. But like you say, you got to take a few laps to catch your breath because this place will take it.
Did you like this place?
I did after I got comfortable. If my car wasn't handling good, this is not a place that's very fun if your car is a little bit edgy.
I'd say he liked it. Yeah, he owns a lot of records here. What did we win? 3-time winner here. All sorts of records and stuff that you've done. Lap leader. Man, I think you've probably ran as many races as anybody ever here.
I'm impressed.
The little sheet here, the little stat sheet's got a lot of Kevin Harvick on it.
We didn't even know you could read.
That's very small type, by the way. All right, cars on track. Group A for 20 minutes.
Group A.
Good balance on the race cars. Got to have a good balance. Both ends of this racetrack, quite a bit different, Kevin.
Very different. It's very flat in turns 1 and 2. Very wide entry to the corner. Very unique as you go down in here to turn 1 with Tyler. Hear him let off fairly far into the corner. But the track's going to have a lot of grip this morning. That's the thing you really have to be careful of this morning, is not thinking your car is better than what it is, actually. Watch the throttle down here. Yeah, so
no in-car cams for practice either,
Tyler
y'all.
This morning, and he told us that he was going to be wide open down there. That's not wide open, Clint.
No, and actually you can see down there in 3 and 4 the roughness of the racetrack where the cars have been bottoming out. But again, just two drastically different ends of this racetrack. Not a lot of
20 minutes.
Time, quite a bit of wide open. Jamie?
20 minutes.
Well, it's a big night for Kyle Busch. He picked up his 20th career win right here at Texas Motor Speedway. He ran in the Truck Series, got that 6th win.
Rowdy.
Congratulations on last night, but is there anything you can take from what you learned in the truck and apply it here this morning to the Cup car?
I mean, the biggest thing, I think, is just track conditions, kind of how the track evolved and what it felt like from the beginning of truck practice yesterday. The track was a little slick, a little dusty, and then as the track got some rubber laid down on it, it actually widened out and moved around much more than I expected it to. So I would predict that right now guys are probably going to run a little bit higher than what we did in truck practice, just because it's been groomed, it's been cleaned a little. But from there, you just got to figure out the speed of your car and figure out the balance of your car. So hopefully our zone Chevrolet is ready to go.
20-minute practice time.
It was good to see the rowdy bow last night.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good to be able to do it. Yeah, thanks.
He had a great battle with series regulars Christian Eckes, Corey Heim, Nick Sanchez. They all had a shot at the lead. They all had a shot, but Kyle prevailed.
You could see the drag in those trucks and how they were able to draft and have to block some of those runs, even right there at the end. He had a moment there when I heard him as big a lift, but he's going to come in, make some adjustments.
Alex Bowman.
Yeah, that lift point will have to change when you're in traffic like this because you want to keep the
Alex
car.
Bowman's
if you're
got
the
the cool
group,
camera
you want to
guy
keep that left
this
front
week.
right on the white line in the middle of the corner, because if you get too high on the exit of the corner, the nose really wants to take off on the exit.
Practice.
Down here in 3 and 4, I always thought turns 3 and 4 was the end of the racetrack that you just wanted to maintain. Keep your gap good and try to make your car as good as possible through turns 1 and 2. And what I mean is be able to rotate that car through the center of the corner and be able to keep it lower than the guy in front of you.
Which is exactly what you see, Kevin. That's one thing I like about Bowman and what he's doing in this practice session. Get in that traffic, get in that dirty air, and figure out what this car is going to do, because that's the balance you're going to need to prevail and overcome in the race on Sunday.
Yeah, you have no idea what you really need to work on if you don't get behind traffic. It's one way to set your car up all by yourself and be able to work on the handling of the car.
Keep hitting that like button, y'all, as you're coming in.
That's
Appreciate y'all being here. It's early, man.
Not for very long.
How about the Mets and Chase, William?
in the early laps here.
Yep.
Fourth quick
Chasing
among
this
the Fords
practice as
behind
well.
Kozlowski, Blaney, and Logano. There's Ryan.
Well, this is a big weekend for the Fords. We saw them struggle on this type of racetrack at the beginning of the year. We saw them rebound the last couple of weeks, and here we are back at a mile and a half, Clint. Ryan Blaney has typically, I would say, had the most speed on these types of racetracks and run well here, won here. So
Still looks to be the case, too, right?
well, yeah, we've got Kozlowski up there in second, as far as overall speed, but him coming to the pit lane early tells me that he wasn't happy
Right.
with the handling of his car.
Probably took off pretty snug, felt good, laid a big lap down, and then, boys, we're in trouble. We need to free this thing up. I've done that several times here. I look for RFK to have a good rebound race this weekend in Texas. Good track for them.
So I was saying
Practice
Chris Buescher for the
speeds
pole.
led by Ty Gibbs, already faster by 0.3 of a second.
Ty
than
Gibbs.
Bubba Wallace's pole run
Where's Eric
here
Church
last
at?
year.
He's still sleeping. All right, so we go to a commercial break. So basically how practice works, if you guys are not familiar, if it's your first time in here, they do Group A and Group B. So the field is separated between Group A and Group B. It's a random draw. And then their qualifying time is based on their practice speed. So each will split in a Group A and Group B. So then Group A is going to qualify, and the first 5 will move on to Group Round 2. And then 6 through 19, whatever it is, will be on the outside line of the race tomorrow. That's where their starting spot will be. And then Group B will go, and they will do the same thing. They'll practice for 20 minutes. And then both Group A and Group B will practice for each 20 minutes. So it allows Group A to cool their engines down for 20 minutes before they practice. And then so Group A will go out and qualify, and their first 5, the top 5 will move on to the second round. 6 through 19 will move to the outside line for the race tomorrow. And then Group B will do the same thing. They'll qualify. The top 5 will move on to round 2. And then 6 through 19 or whatever will be on the inside line for the race tomorrow. And then the top 10 will qualify, and whoever is the fastest there, they can either take their first lap or their second lap, whatever one they want, and then they get the pole, and that's how it goes. And the top 10 is set that way. So that is how they do it. If you're unfamiliar on how practice is here, each Group A, and this is Group A, and I have a little logo over there, or actually over there, that has Group A, so you guys know what group we're in, and also with qualifying as well. And then also in when they do the top 10, 5 and 5 are separated in Group A and Group B. So Group B doesn't go first. They'll go second last. The bottom 5 are Group B. The top 5 are Group A. So it gives each car a cool down time. So everybody's fair, and both cars are not still going after they just qualified. So it's just like I said, even field for everybody. So that's how practice is. So T-Van, what's up, CeeLo and crew? Thanks for coverage. Gives my something to do. There you go. We're going to be bringing it to you today. We're also going to have the Xfinity race as well. Everybody's trying to waking up here. Almost got 100 in here now. But get the Xfinity race as well today, guys. And then we'll go from there tomorrow. Definitely the race. We'll be covering all the races this month. So we'll be doing Talladega next week, and then Dover after that. And then we'll be covering, and then I'm going to go on vacation for a while, for about 6 days. So, and then we'll come back, we'll be all refreshed, and we'll have some more NASCAR. Long season, but CeeLo's definitely, how last time I said I was taking a break, and I didn't take a break? Well, this time I will be taking a break. I won't be here for the Sunday race. So just a heads up, Kansas, I will not be broadcasting at all weekend on Kansas. So back to the audio here. Here we go. You woke up at 6:45. Me too, but I don't get rolling until on Saturdays
had
for
a big
while.
week up at Indy. One of the fastest in abbreviated practice or month of May practice for the Indy 500, which he will contest. Looking over some of the computer data there as we're halfway through Group A practice. Chase Elliott, 8th overall, 3rd fastest of the Chevrolets.
I think it's time to flex on Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick very fast in practice, top of the board, best consecutive 10, best consecutive 15. Look for that 45 car tomorrow. Can be a factor. He's quite a bit faster than everybody else, as a matter of fact.
His teammate Christopher Bell, 11th overall, 3rd among the Toyotas for fastest individual lap behind Gibbs and Reddick.
Bronny,
well, this is a tough
May
track
1st.
in the morning.
That's when I won't
like
be
this.
on.
We talked
but
about how
Cup races
fast the
for sure.
racetrack is this morning, but getting your heights
Cup
right,
race tomorrow. Yeah,
as
it's
far
not
as the
till
car
May. Don't
off
worry.
the ground and how you want the car to ride is a fine balance here because of the two ends being so different. You have a really flatter, a much flatter corner in 1 and 2 than you do in 3 and 4, and you have some bumps in 3 and 4 that you have to navigate. So it's a tough racetrack to get yourself hyped up for.
Gibbs is the fastest right now, 28.34. Keselowski, RFK.
Correctly in the limiters and the shocks and things.
Ross Chastain is the fastest Chevy. Here's some radio from Ross.
Okay, no, all good, bro.
A little too uneasy for you with the back to start. Be confident. Now building tight. Yeah, I mean, I feel okay. A little bit of nerves getting in cold.
Yeah, and that's what we're
that's
talking
Chastain
about
right there.
You hear Ross just refer to it. Honestly,
you see those watermelons in the chat, y'all. Watermelons.
You have to go. The speeds are so high, and you have to run the car so free as you can make it through the middle of 1 and 2 to turn well, that sometimes it's just really uncomfortable.
Yeah, don't forget where we came from. Martinsville, small track on the circuit to this place. It's
last 3 weeks on
full wide open throttle. Jamie, what do you got?
Maybe the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and after that radio, Phil Surgeon, the crew
down
chief for Ross
Tennessee,
Chastain, had him
I really
come in.
don't
He
follow
said, I just
NBA.
want to check these tires, and I'm listening to race engineers and crew chiefs. There is concern about tire wear with the speed, the pace being up here so high. We blew some right rears in the fall race here, so that's something they're keeping an eye on. They just want to check the tires after a run, make sure everything looks good, and giving that feedback to the drivers.
Thanks, Jamie. Ross will make his Fox Xfinity debut in the booth today with Joey Logano and Adam Alexander.
Oh, Watermelon Man's going to be in the
booth.
booth.
One of those tire failures, and it blew going into turn 3. We were leading the race. Blew going into turn 3, and it hit the fence so hard that it knocked me so far forward that it hooked the top of my shoe on the throttle pedal and hung the throttle pedal wide open. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why in the world won't the car fire back up? Well, the hung, I had to reset everything because it had the hung throttle setting trip and I had figured out that kind of.
This is Group A. You're correct.
Was hung on top of the gas.
We got about 6 minutes left in Group A. 6 minutes 26 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
It took a second.
Austin Hill making his 7th career
15th
start
is not
and
fast.
first of the season. He is in a 3rd, a Richard Childress racing car.
Some of them really haven't done many laps. Like Ty Gibbs is the only one out there that's
Ty
been the
Dillon
most.
in the 15th fastest in this session. 6 minutes to go in Group A practice.
All right, so 6 minutes left in Group A. We'll be moving to Group B right after that. Then we'll get qualifying underway. All right, y'all, make sure you're hitting that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel. We're at only 41 likes. We got to get to 100 for sure. That's our normal for a practice, right? Remember when Harvick and Chastain got into it, the Xfinity Series? Oh, I do remember. How many per group? So they split it in half. So there's 21 cars. It looks like Kaz Grala and Chase Briscoe didn't even not even practicing out there. So they'll go first in their Group A qualifying. You'll see those guys go first in Group A qualifying. So they kind of split the field in half pretty much. Who has the fastest long lap average right now? Well, Ty Gibbs has done 27 laps. Chase has done 24. Tyler Reddick's done 23. So if you want to look at those guys, looks like Chase, he's run a 29.1. Or Tyler Reddick is run a 29.1. Trying to think who else is faster. But the best time The last lap was 29.1, but the best time so far is Ty Gibbs at a 28.34. His last lap, it looks like, try to see who was, Tyler Reddick looks like he's the fastest of the last lap so far. But nothing under 28.34, which is what Ty Gibbs was. Ty Gibbs definitely wanting to win. 38 total entries. So there's 21 in Group A, and then what is that? 17 in Group B. But it's an interesting way of doing qualifying, and it works for everybody. So Jesse says Brad's second so far. That's good to see. Yeah, RFK's strong here, though. If you look at their last year's qualifying and finishing, they were both pretty good. RFK, both Buescher and Keselowski. But, man, could Keselowski win this thing finally? He's due for a win for sure. But they've been RFK's been moving on up. They've been finishing in the top 5, top 10 here and lately. So Kaz and Chase aren't counted. I think NASCAR site did a little error there. Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe they weren't out there practicing, but I really wasn't paying attention to see if they were out there or not. I guess I need to look at the leaderboard. All right, commercials coming back here. Audio's coming back, guys. I'm liking the Ford to show up a little bit of speed.
In stores everywhere.
We'll see.
Tonight on Fox, the United Football League kicks off Week 3 action as Memphis battles Birmingham at 7 Eastern on Fox. Spring just got stronger.
Be fun. What are you, Kevin? Are you a showboat or are you a stallion?
Well, you know I'm a stallion.
I'll be a showboat.
Hey, that girl's got a Denny Hamlin hat on, just like me.
That was a good pickup. I like that.
How about Tyler Reddick? Best consecutive 10, 15, and 20 lap averages in this practice.
As his car said, he's a beast.
Yes, absolutely.
That is his bread and butter. You're right.
And lately on mile and a halves, a win, 4 top 5s, and 6 top 10s.
And don't count out Tyler Reddick either.
On the last 7
Dark horse power. That's right, Rebel X.
Texas.
Pretty much
Worst
taking
hat
care of
ever.
business right there.
Yeah, and I really felt at Las Vegas he had the fastest car at the end of the race. Didn't win, but
I can't
felt like he had the best car.
not wear it all weekend, T-Man. TJ Robinson, good
Took a
morning.
swing at him anyway, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He was out there on his scooter this morning.
Todd Gilliland, 13th.
Todd Gilliland, that Long John Silver's.
Todd's had a great start to the season. Led a bunch
TJ
of
almost said Alex Bowman for the win this weekend, but I just don't think he has
So
it.
second fastest on the speed chart is Brad Keselowski. Let's check with Larry Mack.
Yeah, Mike, it's been interesting to see some of the approach to this practice session. You go to Ty Gibbs, who's fastest in that 54 car, ran 30 consecutive laps. Brad Keselowski in the 6, who's second quickest. His first run, he suspected a tire rub or something was causing a little bit of smoke, but he and Matt McCall evidently had a little bit of a plan. They had some things they wanted to try, so he's just been making 4, 5, 6 lap runs. He's on his 3rd run right now to run this practice out.
Yeah, and I don't like that, Clint. I think that the proper way to do it.
46 seconds left in this Group A.
Consecutive laps if you're comfortable and everything that's going on. If it's not,
why is that?
Because it just gives you a better read on the tires. It gives you a better read on the balance. And I look at Brad's wheel right there. It just looks nervous to me. And I think when you go into the pits and go in and out of the pits, back onto the racetrack, the cycle on tires just gives you a misread on your car.
Always changes. If you go in and put that cycle on your tires, I don't care what change you make, you're also adding the element of that tire cycle as well.
Well, a couple things in play here as we watch Carson Hocevar log laps. First of all, Brad has finished in the top 10 his last 5 races here, so he has success here. Also, he has come out as saying he's not in favor of this 120-minute practice session to get everything done. So apparently they have come up with a different plan because they felt like just going out and making a long run was not working for them.
Well, if you're playing catch-up, right? If you're trying to figure it out, that's the only way that's the only card you have to play. You don't have the affordability
so there
of
it
rifling
is.
tires on it every single time. That's what
Group
they're doing.
A
They're
is
trying to
done.
figure this out.
Now Group B. So Ty
Ty
Gibbs.
Gibbs, fastest in practice. For Group A, faster than last year's pole. And Tyler Reddick, best in the averages, 10, 15, and 20 consecutive laps.
That 54 and that 45 was always backwards there, but both of them fast. Cielo's got it going on here with the best NASCAR stuff. Thank you, Rebel X. I appreciate it. I try to and make it entertaining for you guys, just not to sit here and listen. I mean, you can't watch anything. We watched in-car cameras, but try to make it fun, you know. Have a great first. It's the chat. You're not going to sit in somewhere if the chat's boring. That's fun. We have a bunch of people in here that enjoy racing and have a good time. And then you have your mini games in your chat, and you have the redeems to bring up your favorite drivers. You have the emojis to celebrate your stuff too. So, but yeah, just keep hitting that like button, y'all. We're trying to get to 100 likes here on our early NASCAR stream here this morning. So y'all are just waking up. Good morning, everybody. If you don't know who I am, my name is Cielo. We do NASCAR here on this channel, and we try to bring it to you every single weekend, as much as we can when we can. So I hope you enjoy it. We haven't really missed too many races, but we will probably miss races. I will be honest with that. We got a lot of stuff coming up here very soon. So, but we got a long season and a long season together. So hope everybody sticks with us. Join our NASCAR community today and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button too if you enjoy what you see here today. But coming up, Group B now. So I'm gonna move my. And remember, in Group B, I'm going to move the screen up because there is your Group B drivers, and they will mix in with the Group A drivers. I don't understand why they can't just have their own thing, but they do not. So Group B drivers consist of Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Noah Gragson, Kyle Larson, Josh Berry, Daniel Suarez, William Byron, Austin Dillon, Chris Buescher, Harrison Burton, Michael McDowell, and Bubba Wallace. So only 2 Toyotas here in this Group B. Wait a minute. Did Denny even, I guess he practiced? Where's Denny at? Does no one see Denny? Am I just missing him? Denny's not even in this list. Oh, there he is. They added him. Okay, they're adding a bunch of people now. I was like, what happened? Okay, so they're adding a bunch of people. So Denny Hamlin and Corey LaJoie, they left those guys off. So it's early morning on NASCAR.com apparently. So they're having issues as well. But Group B now, and we're going to watch these guys go through the field.
Practice. Austin Cindric, Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs, a little fighting for the
That's
seats.
Reddick.
Well, and
Yeah,
the
it is.
reason,
Okay.
You're right.
reason Reddick was doing
Come on,
that,
Karen.
practice and come on pit
Thank you
road,
for that
very
like.
challenging, sneaks up on you as you're coming around there. Really fast racetrack in 3 and 4.
You think there's going to be a flip next week? Probably.
Well, I think Reddick went too far. I
don't have a 84
going the right
TJ.
speed.
I don't have a Jimmy
I think
Johnson.
that Reddick was going too fast. You see the
And
tire was locked
he's
up.
not
all the
out
way
there
out
either.
Too fast, too far.
Is he? Oh,
And
no,
too
they're
fast.
adding these people
Too
left and
fast, too
right.
far.
And Jimmy Johnson now.
But that is a very tricky pit road entrance because of the way that the straightaway flattens out. So you want
this
to
guy,
ride
like,
the banking
typing
as
this
far
stuff
around as
in?
possible and be as far out on the pit line as possible to carry as
Bubba
much
Wallace
speed around
jumped
the
up
corner.
really
But you need
quick.
to know your references.
A lot of speeding penalties, violations here because of that very scenario that you saw right there. Good to practice that, though. I'm
Right now,
glad to see
Truex,
Reddick
the
doing that.
fastest.
We noted how fast his car is, and that could be a pretty pivotal impact on his race come tomorrow.
Eric Jones
Talk
as
about
well.
fast. Talk about on a roll.
The
William
raw
Byron
feed's having some issues this morning.
just continues to get better and better in that car.
These guys are.
I mean,
Look at
no
these.
longer do you have just one
Michael
dominant
McDowell
car
already.
in motorsports. This 24
And
car
Truex.
is setting pace, and actually, in my opinion, possibly, Kevin, I've heard you say it several times. I mean, setting a pace that's even hard for Kyle Larson to keep up with.
Well, it definitely is going to push each other. It's going to push the two of them to make
Your
each other
love for
better.
him,
And
TJ
as a teammate,
says.
that's really what you want, is somebody that can push you and make you better and faster every single week. But they're going to have to beat this guy. Notoriously Bubba's been good here.
Yeah, they just
last year's pole center.
XK champ. They were taking their bit to get him in there.
Well, teammates to Reddick. He liked what he saw with his teammate Reddick.
Right now, Larson the fastest. He's third fastest already.
Going out here for his crack
all the way
up.
up.
You know that those teams in communication, him watching
Group B's faster.
all the data that he was looking at, throttle, brake, steering, those are all the things he was looking at with Tyler Reddick, trying to match his speed, as we were talking about best consecutive.
No, that's just that they're not qualified for points.
Clinton, I was just looking at the scoreboard
because they haven't run all season, so they are not
Gibbs
qualified for points.
0.2 faster than second place. But when you look at second place, Brad Keselowski, he ran a 28.55, and it's just over 1/10 to 15th.
There's Kyle Larson. He's fastest in this practice so far. Third overall, as you're seeing. I think you're going to see a lot of those. They're going to be happy about it. Yeah. See you guys. That's 3 generations there, it looks to me like. That's awesome.
Speaking of generations, here's Jimmy Johnson, 7-time Cup champion, racing a limited schedule.
He should.
For Legacy Motor Club.
Auto throttle off time.
Well, right now he's just trying to figure out what he's doing.
Required to qualify on time. Okay, so
difficult to just
he has to get in on time because he doesn't fit the most races
compared to what Jimmy had driven in the past.
Austin Hill, this is his very first race of the year, so he's not going to be on points.
Michael McDowell, whose history at Texas Motor Speedway will be forever linked to one not-so-shining moment.
Wow.
Oh. Wow. I don't even remember that.
It's hard to believe that's real.
It is.
Boy, was it. I was right there in turn 1 waiting to go out and make my qualifying run and saw it firsthand. There he is going through the very corner. That would be fresh. Man,
hard leg, really?
And for him to climb out of that car and walk away was that, for me, that was the highlight
I don't show any
of that
leg.
season. Never mind
maybe
that
it's
record.
you.
Never mind any win, anything else that happened. He walked away from that.
I'm good.
That was amazing.
Yeah, and I promise you that every time he drives through that corner, drives in that tunnel, he thinks about that moment. You can't hide from that one. That was massive.
As I said, I was, one of the next
on my
ones
end, I'm
out,
not
and
lagging.
I promise
So
you, it was fresh on my mind. There was a lot of lifting out of the gas.
Denny Hamlin,
make sure it's not you,
16th
Bronny.
overall, 7th in Group B. The Group B drivers in white on your scoring pylon. And we'll be back with 13.5 to go in Group B practice. Then we'll turn things around for pole qualifying in Texas.
Alrighty, so right now, Kyle Larson is the fastest in Group B. And then you got Chris Buescher, Martin Truex Jr., Josh Berry, Michael McDowell, William Byron, Austin Cindric, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Daniel Suarez. Let's see who else here. As you guys are coming in, make sure you're hitting that like button. Good morning, everybody, if you're just coming in. Corey LaJoy, Bubba Wallace down there in 25th fastest. That's surprising. I thought he would be a little faster than that. Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, Austin Dillon, Harrison Burton, Jimmy Johnson, and then Kaz Grala. So there is your Group B. Group B and Group A are mixed in together, so you only can recognize them by their laps led or laps they've taken. But right now, you're always lagging if you got that hat on. I know, T-Man. But see, I can take it. I know. I know the hatred for Denny for a lot of people. Good morning, Martin. Good to see you. So just waiting on the commercial break to come back, guys. 5 more to 70. Let's get to 100, y'all. Let's get it out of the way. Then we know we did it. And we'll get ready for qualifying. And then take about an hour break. And then Xfinity race today. We'll do that. It's 250 miles. Or 300 miles is the Andy's Custard 300. Anybody like Andy's Custard? Anybody think it's overrated? Or do you think it's good? Has anyone ever had Andy's Custard? I know they're not really all over the place. Maybe they are. I don't know. But there's a couple of them here in our hometown. So Johnson has the least laps out there right now in practice, only one less than Kyle Busch. Yeah, some are just kind of taking their time here on a Saturday morning. Never had it. Yeah, it's expensive and overrated, I think. But it's ice cream. It's custard. I'm sorry. It's not ice cream. It's custard. It's going to be a good race. I think so too, Richard. It was a good race last fall. So for the playoffs with Byron winning his remember he won the 300th Rick Hendrick race. Hendrick Motorsports race. Byron. Ice cream and custom are similar. They have the similar consistency. But yeah, they have all different types of styles and stuff. Hilarious how Kyle won the truck race last night, but can't do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll see what he can do in qualifying. Or just some maybe sandbagging or something. I don't know. He is definitely having a hard time. They said they're having a hard time figuring out this next gen car over at RCR. And you can tell that because Austin Hill is not doing nothing. Kyle Busch is not doing nothing. We'll see what Austin Hill can do, though. I'm kind of curious to see how Austin Hill does in this race tomorrow. Even Austin Hill, I don't think is he out there? There's Austin Hill. He's running a 30.021. His best is a 29.053. So way off the pace considering what they're doing now. Oh, we had a caution? Oh, man. Caution. See what happened. It's about to come back, though. Audio's about to come back. Uh-oh. Oh, God, y'all.
Series,
it's Kyle.
Busch.
Kyle Busch.
Now, here was his radio after his first run and the changes he was looking for.
First 2 laps on tires was magical, and then like a flip of a switch, instant tight both ends. Did the exact same thing. I thought it was a false read in 1 and 2. Down into 3 and just plowed up the track with not lifting.
Well,
he hit the wall.
Obviously, he was saying that it kept getting tighter and tighter. That's a
see what happens here.
Typical thing, getting tied off of 2 and then snapping loose.
Ooh. I don't know, Clint.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like it quit turning and then just came around on him.
My gosh.
Definitely
he'll have to. It's been pretty bad.
Car looked
I
like
would do it,
flat,
Martin.
though, Kevin.
You're
like
close.
Right before that
go have fun.
Like it just, I don't know if
especially
he was
if the Cup
catching it.
race is in town.
Let's check with Larry Mack because Larry was looking at the steering input data from Kyle's first run. And what was different about that, Larry?
Yeah, Mike. I mean, he was having to turn the steering wheel a lot more than any of the competitors.
Backwards
but I went
again,
back
yeah.
and watched September's race the other night. His car did the same thing in that race right there. He was complaining about the front tires not gripping, not turning, and all of a sudden down in turn 1 and 2, it just broke loose and he backed it in the wall. It was almost deja vu from what happened to him in September.
Well, that's what happens. You just have all that wheel in it, and off of 2, that track flattens out, as Kevin told us, and eventually all that wheel catches up with you. They start, biting, and then
Jesse says it's karma.
The rear end around in a hurry.
And you've got so much wheel in the thing. It's
right.
Like you're just, it makes you further behind when the back starts to snap out. You don't have any chance to catch it.
Looks like the wall's dented.
All right, they're checking the track, and Kyle has driven straight back to the garage. Let's go down to Jamie.
Well, on the flip side, things are going in the right direction for Alex Bowman, coming off his
Any
third
Bowman
top
fans
10
out
in the
there?
last
Let me
4
see those
races.
48s.
Fourth on the speed chart. What's it like jumping in your race car this early in the morning at a place like Texas?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a fast place early in the morning. But, yeah, I feel like our Ally Camaro is decent. Wasn't super thrilled with it, but on the speed chart, it's pretty okay. So try to dial it in a little bit for the race and really try to qualify well. I think track position is going to be key here, right? Racing's pretty tough, passing's tough, and hopefully we can lay down a good lap here in qualifying and go from there.
All right, good luck. Qualifying coming up next, Mike.
Thanks, Jamie. Kyle Busch back to the garage after backing it in turn number 2. Red flag is out.
Oh, Kathleen's going to be like, did you get my red flag? Did not. Texas is a fast track. It looks like he spun in the same spot he spun back in September in the last race here as well. So bad, still the bad luck, or as karma says Jesse. All things that happen to Busch are called karma from all the blankety blank stuff he's done and all that crying he used to do. It's finally catching up with him. All right, so we're under caution for a spin by Kyle Busch. He's going to have to go to a backup car, so he'll be starting in the back of the field. So, and I don't know if you guys heard, we posted in our Discord this morning, they announced that Spencer Strider had surgery on his UCL yesterday, and he is out for the season. So the Atlanta Braves will be without Spencer Strider for the rest of the year. Something we feared was going to happen. We kind of knew it was happening, but the official word was out this morning. Spencer Strider is out for the rest of the year, and he is done. So, yeah, thank you so much. So if you guys haven't joined our Discord, make sure you guys do. I know a lot of people kind of jumped out of the Discord during the off seasons for different things, and not really interested in it because during the off season, not really much going on. But make sure you get back in the Discord. We're trying to get more people back in the Discord so we can have more fun in there. Plus, we showing some Braves games in there as well. So Busch doesn't complain anymore. No, he doesn't. Oh, awesome. Good deal. So yeah, so just if you guys want an introduction intro into the Discord, we can get that in there for you. We'd love to get some more folks back in there. I mean, they're still in there, just not active. We'd like to get everybody to turn their notifications back on. I know a lot of people don't like it popping up on their phones all the time and stuff like that when people are talking or whatever. So I understand that. But make sure you're active in the Discord. We try to get more folks in there. Tons of channels to talk about in there as well, too. But on certain days when I can't stream baseball, we might be definitely doing Braves games in there in our Discord. So just waiting on the commercial break to come back. Make sure you're hitting that like button for us and subscribe to the channel, y'all. Try to get to 11,480 today, or on this stream maybe. Last week was a little different because practice and qualifying was on FS2, and a lot of people don't get that. So we had a huge stream of over 1,000 people in here during a qualifying stream, which is nuts. So back to it. Here we go. But it's early, though. Just like the 12, Ryan Blaney. That's right, Reblex.
Well, Andy Jeffers had to research it for it, but that hat is not a
Do the
mistake.
drivers still have an issue with the car hitting the wall with the rear? Safety-wise, no. But the car sure does get messed up.
Talking about flipping the script in Dallas, and now they're making hats, and now he knows it. They're making hats for different venues around the country saying flip the script. Okay.
Big as that billboard is on the back straight, when he looked
7 more minutes in
himself,
practice.
He's at least, what, a 40-foot version of himself?
Yes.
What he saw?
He was shaking his head. He's like, man, I don't look very good.
I got to go to the gym.
Yeah.
That's what I always tell myself.
I got too many logos on.
Eric Jones, 28th overall in this session. Martin Truex Jr. is 10th. He is the fastest Toyota in Group B and 3rd fastest overall.
Track's definitely heating up, you know, with every minute that goes by. This second, and we've experienced that, Kevin. The last 2 weekends in a row, the groups have been divided by pretty drastic changes in the racetrack.
Yeah, that first group and Ty Gibbs is really fast lap. I'd be worried about the balance of my race car for qualifying and for the race, because I think you can trick yourself at a lot of these racetracks, and this Texas is definitely one of those places that you need to have your car right through turns 1 and 2. And if you have a false read on how much grip your car has, it's going to make you much more confident in what you need to turn and the rear grip. One of those two ends is going to be out of balance.
Car in the wall, turn 2.
Yeah, here we go, guys. I mean, this is
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah. This is what happens to this racetrack, and this is what we were talking about with Jimmy. It's so hard.
See if we can get a replay.
Yeah, I didn't see it start. When I saw it, he was already up and in the wall. Here you go.
Eric Jones in the
I think
wall.
he got loose on him getting in, and he had to chase it up the racetrack.
Is Eric
Ran out of
Jones?
real estate.
Who is
Well,
that?
this is the part that I think
Can't
they
see who
may
that
have
was.
underestimated a little bit with being able to come
I
to
know
the
it's Jimmy
racetrack and
Johnson
drive
in the
these
wall.
cars. They take such a different
Jimmy
driving
Johnson.
style than the cars that
Time to
that
give it
Jimmy
up,
used to
man.
race.
Good morning, Kathleen.
As soon as he lived out
Jimmy
of gas,
Johnson in the wall.
came around on him, got loose.
And the way that you correct the cars, the way that they feel, the things that you have to do in this car to keep the car from spinning out, they happen way different than the old style car.
Nothing you can do about that.
Not the start that he wanted.
No, and it's just it's a tough box that Jimmy's in, having to come to these racetracks like this to do these races and try to get up to speed in the car and get the feel for the car, because you're just going to be behind all the time.
It looks like he has
whether
too
it's in the
much
steering
damage,
or
but
being comfortable in the car, whatever it is, he's just going to be behind the whole time.
The whole aero platform. I mean, I saw him back in, as he's backing in. Look at the difference
how the
in a
mighty
quarter
have
panel
fallen
versus what he used to be in, right? A lot of quarter panel, a lot of side force action that we used to have with these race cars.
And this,
And the underneath body of
you're
these
looking
things.
at you're looking at Kyle Busch's car. He races every week.
Yeah.
And one of the most talented drivers you could ask for in anything that has ever driven, and he spun out on his own. It tells you how easy these cars are and how edgy they are to drive.
welcome
Two Cup
RPC.
champions with a
RPC into the
11
Discord. Thank you for
wins
joining.
here between them, though none in the 7th generation NASCAR car. Have both been in the wall asking for backup cars, and Kyle Busch has been checked and released at the Infield Care Center.
Well,
Yeah.
This
That's
is
a
just a-
7-time winner in this sport in Cup, Jimmy Johnson. I mean, that guy is a bad man. He's just behind in experience with this race car, just like you say, Kevin.
And Kyle Busch, who does really well at this track and won here last night, has more laps on this track this weekend than anybody else in this race.
but these cars are not those cars, and it
Yeah,
just
they're
takes
different.
a totally different driving style to drive these cars fast and be competitive and do the things that you need to do. It is not the style that they've won those races in at all.
So what he's saying is, give it up.
Daniel Suarez, 20th overall.
Get her done, Martin. What's up, sir?
10th
What's
in
going on,
the
bro?
B group.
Happy Saturday morning to you, sir.
And third
Truex
fastest
10th
Chevrolet
fastest
in
so
Group B.
far.
Yeah, his consecutive lap average.
No one's
looks good,
touching
Mike.
Ty
Third-
Gibbs, though.
Third quick in the 15 lap there.
Even Kyle Larson's kind of falling off a little
Stopped, so their consecutive lap average is not going to go any further than that with the way that this session will go.
bit. So 2 minutes left
Noah
here
Gragson,
in this
26th
Group B.
overall,
It did.
13th in Group B.
So this is when this track gets really confusing. When the sun really gets up, Clint, and is able to get the whole
More
track
trash is
sunny,
coming.
the
Yeah,
track
probably.
temp starts to come up. Turns 1 and 2, where we've seen both of our problems today in practice, is really where the cars are just, that corner's flatter, that's edgy, like you saw with Jimmy Johnson's car. It's edgy on the corner as it flattens out into that back straightaway, like we saw with Kyle Busch's car.
More rubber getting put down.
More rubber getting put down, and like I say, you want to run those cars as free as you can in the middle of the corner to be able to turn through the center, which could compromise the entry and the exit and creeps up on you really fast, because this track will change pretty rapidly.
But to your point, the
Keep on
real
hit that like button. We're trying to get to
challenge lies
100
within
likes, y'all.
How to get the balance on your race car after
We're at
we were out there in
76.
practice, just like you were talking
5
about.
more.
Let's say Ty Gibbs. He was out there in a cool racetrack, tons of grip. All of a sudden, the track's warming up. It's getting rubber down on the track. It's getting slicker as we've seen these guys having trouble. Now all of a sudden, I got to switch over to qualifying trim and go for it. Pretty tough.
Yeah, and you're going to end practice not as confident as you should be in order to go out there and lay
Best
the hammer
finish
down
for
one
Chris
lap.
Buescher is 6th on a 1.5 mile track.
Yeah, Mike,
11
I mean,
top
you're watching
10s,
this
though.
Ford Dark Horse Mustang. You said it last week at Martinsville. Winless in the first 8 races in all the top 3 series of NASCAR. And I talked to Mark Rushbrook, who's the global director for Ford Performance, and he said when we get to Texas, this is where we have to know where we stack up. This is the second intermediate track we've been to. I still think this race tomorrow goes through Joe Gibbs Racing or Hendrick Motorsports, but I'm encouraged seeing 6 of the Fords inside the top 12.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Larry.
look at those Fords.
Last year,
Three
championships
Chevys
all
in the
three
top
of
5.
NASCAR's National Series.
And only
And
one
this
lone
season,
Toyota.
Well, that goose egg just gets bigger.
Well, my question is, and a difficult part of that is, I've seen enough racing. I know that they're in trouble. They need some help. They need speed in their race cars. I don't need to know this by Texas as a big turnaround for them, because at the end of the day, what can you do, Kevin? If you're behind at this point in the season, what
Hendrick,
options
what's up,
do you
Jake?
have
Good
on the
morning,
table?
sir.
Well, we saw Ryan Blaney had
Okay,
a lot of
awesome,
speed
Richard.
last year, and they definitely got better
Welcome
the
in,
second
Richard.
half of the season. But I think a lot of that is just the aero balance and the setups and things that go in the car where that car wants to be. But
Simulation?
This package is the same that they had last year, the same rules, and they redesigned the car for this rules package, and it doesn't seem to be any better. So that's the discouraging part about what they have going on at Ford.
All right, Group B practice is over. Kyle Larson is fastest, and we'll turn over for qualifying. Ty Gibbs, Kyle Larson lead the 2 practice sessions. Tyler Reddick has the best consecutive lap averages.
All right, so Tyler Reddick with the best consecutive, Kyle Larson with the fastest in Group B, Ty Gibbs fastest in Group A. So now we're going to go to Group A qualifying, and that'll move it on there. But I just don't like how they combine everybody together, Group A and Group B, on the second one. I mean, just change it. It's not that hard. Maybe it is to them, though. Alrighty, so here we are for Group A qualifying. Consists of Austin Hill, Ty Dillon, Zane Smith, Justin Haley, Daniel Hamrick, John Hunter Nemechek, Christopher Bell, Brad Keselowski, Austin Cindric, Carson Hocevar, Todd Gilliland, Ryan Preece, Ty Gibbs, Ross Chastain, Alex Bowman, Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott. So there are your Group A qualifiers. We'll take the best of the 5 here, and we will move on to Group B. So top 5 will move on to Group B, or Group 2, and then the 6 through 19 will start on the outside line for the race tomorrow in Texas. So isn't it funny how when they first started this, we were like, oh, I don't like this. This is dumb. I don't like it at all. But we're kind of used to it now. It's like, okay, we got it all under control. We understand it more. So, but hope everybody's having a good time. Hit that like button for us. See if we can get some more folks in here. I know it is way early on Saturday morning. A lot of people are like, I'm sleeping in. I ain't watching no YouTube. But it is almost noon on the East Coast, so 11:18. So Hamlin is scrambling. Yep. See what kind of speed he has. Didn't look too much in practice, so. After this, we'll be bringing the Xfinity race to you guys. If you guys want to watch that with us, we'll be putting that in the pin message above in Group 2 qualifying. So here we go. Back to it. Here we go. Group
Fort Worth, Texas. They're getting ready to qualify. Let's check with Jamie.
Well, Ross Chastain finished runner-up here in the fall, 3rd on the charts there in practice. What'd you learn about your race car?
I knocked the nerves out of me because my hands have been shaking ever since lap 2. So high commitment here at Texas, and for our Worldwide Express Chevy, Jamie, it's a little loose to get going, and that was tough. Rolling out of bed this morning and just trying to fire it in there and commit to throttle.
Amen.
So there's more there. I don't know if 2/10 like the 54. Ty definitely he cowboyed up this morning, but we can all learn, and now I can try to tie together a lap. Qualifying is high on my priority list. There's such little nuances, and it's been so cool over these last few years to study that and try to be better. But for our car, we have the raw speed for Trackhouse and Chevrolet. Try to go tie a lap together now.
All right, well, you're going to be full commitment here this afternoon, making your booth debut for the Xfinity Series race. So what can we expect from Ross Chastain up there?
Well, let's keep the cameras off my hands, because as we come on air, I'll be shaking. I'm just telling you. Yeah, it's been so cool. I sat next to Miss Pam on an airplane a few months ago last year, and she mentioned it, and I said, oh yeah, and I thought nothing would ever come of it. And then they reached back out and asked to do it. So it's really it's been cool to dig into the information that y'all provide, that Fox provides. I will say it's a lot, but there's just
not
so much.
easy,
There's so many
y'all.
cool stories to tell, and I think that's
Thank
what's so
you,
great
Mike.
about live sports and NASCAR.
Mike,
is
thanks
that
for subscribing.
we have these
Mike,
opportunities
appreciate
to
it,
tell these
dude.
stories, and
Thank
y'all
you
do
so
such a great
much.
job. I'm excited to tell some stories that I see in the Xfinity Series.
Well, a lot of people will be excited to hear your input, and you are in good hands, so have fun up there.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Mike.
Thanks, Jamie. Just remind him today it's Cole Custard with a D.
Cole Custard.
I'm glad to
It's
hear him
Cole
talk about the
Custard
little
with a D.
nuances and all the little
That's
things
funny.
that come with making a good qualifying lap here, because the first thing is that commitment coming to the green, and that will progress as we go through qualifying to see what the grip level is, see if you can run a lane up, because preferably you would want to run up the racetrack to get.
Yeah, let's get to 100,
the
y'all.
momentum
Keep
that
hitting
you
that
need
like
coming
button
to the
for us.
green, and then what the lap time is going into turn one is going to evolve as we go through the field.
But Kevin, why don't we hear this at other mile-and-a-half tracks?
Well, I think you do, but not to the extent that you do here, because coming to the green here, it should be pretty close to wide open, coming out of the pits and coming down the back straightaway. But still, it's not comfortable. It's a commitment.
All right, let's get more on this from Jamie.
Well, Kevin Harvick called you the beast, like your car
You see those
indicates. You look
45s
pretty
in the
good.
chat, y'all. Any Tyler Reddick
Is that any
fans?
indication of what your car was like right off the truck? Pretty good?
Well, actually, it did seem like it took a little bit for us to hit the marks and everything. I feel like typically when you come here, the last thing you want to do is miss the bottom and be wide, but it's all I was doing. And I was flirting with, the resin and everywhere there's not grip. So once I backed it down just a little
That's
bit
good, Jake.
and got control of this beast, it was pretty fast. So, yeah, really, really good to have that much speed in our Toyota Camry. So, yeah, just hoping to go out here and put together qualifying for us. It seems like speed's going to be on our side. We're going out later. That's going to help us in our efforts. The track will be better. So we just put together a good lap. Hopefully get a good read for what we need for round two. And hopefully the rest of the day goes really smooth.
All right, he found his way to victory lane 2 years ago here, Mike.
Thanks, Jamie. One of seven different drivers who have won the last 7 races. There's a second from left, Kevin Harvick, cowboyed up here.
I look good in that suit, Clint.
You don't look good in a hat. I can tell you that. I will give you the suit.
There's
Dressed
a
man.
lot of pictures from Texas Motor Speedway Victory Lane here, and I look like Woody in all of them.
All right, Austin Hill.
See what he can do. Austin Hill on the track
8 career
first, y'all.
Xfinity wins and 6 Cup starts in a third Richard Childress Racing entry. 2 wins in Xfinity this season. 7th career Cup start.
Tough to go out first. Same things we talk about every week. You see all the rubber on the racetrack. The cars will pick some of that rubber up. The track will get cleaner in the bottom groove, or they're going to run as they go. So not ideal to go out first.
Yeah, I think your comments back up the speed that I saw in that car.
Ty Dillon in that 16 Chevrolet.
Not exactly.
AJ Allmendinger is not in the race this weekend. He's in Xfinity, as he's been full time in Xfinity now.
Loose, and that's what worries me about this first group, is being loose through turns 1 and 2, and not having the front end turn through the middle of the corner, late center of the corner through 1 and 2. 3 and 4, you're going to be able to manage it because of all the
Butterfly.
banking and for one lap and everything that's going on. But
and I think
I love the banter between those guys back and forth.
Ross Chastain, guys like that talk about. This track is flat down in 1 and 2, and you are hauling the mail down off in there, wide open through 3 and 4.
Over the pole 12, Rebel X says.
Built up, very flat, and you're pulling on a wheel pretty hard.
Yeah.
Trying to get it to turn left.
Yeah, Larry can kind of keep us updated on how they're coming to the green as far as how much throttle they're using. But the key to this lap is going to be how you get through turns 1 and 2. And these guys are just they're going to have a tough time being able to get the balance right because the track had so much more grip.
Zane Smith will be the 3rd qualifier. He has only 1 Cup start here, finished 24th.
Zane Smith was strong last night. Truck race. See what he can do
finished
here.
13th in the Daytona 500, his best finish of this season.
Advent Health.
Turn 1 is definitely,
Chevrolet.
since the repave, the hard, tricky corner for me. Huge, wide opening getting off into the corner, but you want to arc the car. Yeah, and the reason you want to arc
Fastest
your entrances
of the other
is to
two.
get it
Here's
pointed,
Justin
get it turned
Haley.
back and work on
He
your
had a good
exit.
run a couple
all
weeks
the
ago.
Preparation and all your entry speed is what dictates your exit speed, right? So very challenging to when you're going in there and you're looking at your entry to pick up where you want to be in that really wide opening of turn 1.
Justin Haley, 3 starts at Texas, best finish of 3rd here. He has a truck win here, and he did something really cool this week. He is studying for his pilot's license, and he's soloed this week. So you talk about a nervous feeling, being the only person in that plane.
You're welcome,
to
Teresa.
get it up in the air and land it successfully.
Good morning.
He did it.
Well, it's one thing to have that pilot next to you that's your certified flight trainer over there, and if you make a mishap, he just, all right, let go, I'll take over. You're out there by yourself, game changes.
Yep.
About like this qualifying lap. You're the only one that's going to be going, ow.
Daniel Hemrick, 2 starts here with the best finish of 16th.
Another car that looked nervous getting into turn 1, and from what I saw,
Hemrick in that
he may have that feeling
31
with 2, 3, and 4,
Chevrolet
'cause
as
he
well.
definitely cut the corner off, shaved the entrance up a little bit, and it still wiggled.
Well, and that's the evolution of the racetrack like we've been talking about. And you would think in qualifying that you want to go in there and pick up more speed, but you can't.
Jamie?
Smash them free
It's always good
subs.
to
That's
talk
right,
to seven-time
Richard.
champion Jimmy Johnson, but I hate that I have to talk to you under these
16 away
circumstances.
from 100,
I saw you
y'all.
go
Help
out
us
there
get to
and
100
into the
likes.
wall, Jimmy, what is it like, and how different is it in these cars here?
It is different. There's no doubt. I felt like we did a nice job of trying to get me ready in the simulator. Unfortunately, I just got a little loose into turn 1. I caught it, but it's such a narrow lane that once I caught the car, I was in the marbles and kind of along for a ride then. So the guys are looking at the car in the garage area. There's no doubt the Advent Toyota won't make qualifying, but it's unclear yet if it's a backup car or just fixing the body in the right rear corner.
Glad you're okay. Good to see you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, there's just no simulation.
Here's
that's
my
gonna
favorite
help you
paint
for,
job of the week, the 42,
what you
John Hunter
want out here,
Nemechek.
on the racetrack. It's just a totally different feeling and tough
Christopher
position
Bell
for
out
Jimmy
there
Johnson.
now.
John Hunter Nemechek, 2nd fastest. Here is Christopher Bell, who's finished in the top 5 in 3 of his 5 races here.
That's a big good indication of speed in this racetrack. What you got, Larry?
Well, he's the first one that was able to hold the loud pedal all the way down through 3 and 4 coming to take the green.
That's what I was saying. This will be a good indication what this track's got.
We knew it was coming, that somebody would be able to hold the throttle down through turns 3 and 4 coming to the green, but now that sets the bar. If you're going to have a chance, you're going to have to hold the throttle down coming to the green.
Bell
wide
moves
open.
into the
No surprise,
fastest.
top of the chart for Christopher Bell with a
Knew that was
28.50.
coming.
Brad Keselowski, as we mentioned, top 10
We
in
see
his
those
last
sixes.
5 Texas starts.
6s in the chat for Keselowski.
Well, that sounded wide open, but as we know from our days, Clint, there's nowhere to hide anymore with the SMT data. A little lift is a big lift. You see some big corrections right there from Brad through the center of the corner, and that's what we
Brad's
talked
gonna
about.
knock
That's the
Austin
corner that
Hill.
You have to have smooth hands if you're going to have a pole lap.
Did you see how much bigger his arc was getting into 1 than Austin Hill in the
Smokey.
Ghost car? A
Ah,
lot bigger
Smokey.
arc, got him a lot better point up off. See there, Austin Hill was getting tight, had to chase the car up the racetrack.
Maybe gonna clock in with a
Keselowski's car
27?
hugged that white line a little
I
bit
don't
better.
know.
Bell's was even better
No one
than
ran
that.
a
I noticed off
27 in
before.
the
3rd for
practice,
Keselowski.
but
That
you
bumps
never know.
Austin
What's up,
Hill,
King
brings up
CJ? Good
Austin
morning.
Cindric, an Xfinity Series winner here in 2020.
I always wanted to give up the entry into turn 1 to make sure that my car was in the right spot in the center of the corner in qualifying. I know that sometimes you'll give up a little bit of speed, but it's better to have your car in the right spot to be able to get in the throttle and get down the back straightaway.
Yeah, it's the second
Also,
half of the
Cindric
corner
way
is the
faster than
business.
Haley. He's going to be in second.
You have a lot to do with, the say in that off of your entry, but if you miss the entry, you're obviously going to mess up the exit, and the exit's where that makes that
Second
long
fastest for
straightaway even
Cindric.
better.
What's up, Coach? What's
Cindric
going on,
to
dude?
second in his Penske Ford. That bumps Justin Haley out of the Fast 5 that will transfer to the next round. Christopher Bell, quickest halfway through Group A.
Christopher Bell was, Austin Cindric kind of ran a little bit, but everybody else, not even close to what Christopher Bell just put down, a 28.502. So we'll see how the rest of the field goes. I'm sure it'll change. I don't see any really, maybe Chastain, Ty Gibbs, maybe Logano and Reddick. So maybe that top 5 are going to look different.
You have a hat problem.
So maybe the top 5 will look a little different here when these other gunners. You see the track. Yes. Keith, what's up? I do not see the track right now. I don't, Keith. Are you there, Keith? Are you there at the track? That'd be awesome. Maybe jump up and down or something if you see us. 3 more likes to 90. Awesome. Almost to 100 likes. Yeah, let's get there to 100 likes. 10 more to go to 100. And we'll move on from there. But, oh, okay. I love this channel, dude. This guy is so cool. Nathan, appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the love today on a practice and an early morning stream. It's kind of everybody kind of waking up now. 200 of us here and here. But hit that like button for us and subscribe to the channel. We'd love for you to join our channel today. See if we can get to 11,480. 11,480 on the subscribes. Did you hear that Spencer Strider's out for the season? Yes, Keen CJ. I posted in our Discord as well. I didn't post it on YouTube yet, but I will later on this afternoon. Didn't get the ticket. Oh, man, that sucks. But, yeah, NASCAR is fun to go to. It's always a good, fun time. CeeLo's the best in sports stuff. I appreciate it, dude. Try to bring in as much fun as we can. As much fun as we can. But a commercial break, and we got the rest of Group A to go. Carson Hocevar will be coming out. Todd Gillen and Ryan Preece with the next 3, and then we'll see what Ty Gibbs can do. He was fast in Group A, so he was the fastest in practice. Tyler Reddick was best overall, but Ty Gibbs was fastest in Group A. Kyle Larson, Group B.
We're halfway through Group A qualifying as Carson Hocevar gets up to speed. Let's check with Jamie.
Well, Brad Keselowski, we're kind of following the adjustments, the 3 different runs that you made in practice. So did you make the car any better?
Well, no, but the track was falling off a lot too, Jamie, so it's hard to say. Really was hoping I could run a 50 there in qualifying, and I ended up running the 70, so I don't think we're going to make the next round, but we had reasonable pace, just really free, so if we get the car a little bit more underneath me, we'll have a good shot at Sunday.
All right, thanks, Brad. 4th on the board right now, Mike.
Carson Hocevar won the truck race here last April.
I would say that this is probably a pretty good track for Carson, just because he's a gasser, and you can give a lot of throttle time here. So
there it is.
Good lap.
Harshwell's 3rd fastest.
Hunter Nemechek.
3rd fastest for
Todd
Carson
Gilliland
Hocevar.
finished 13th last week at Martinsville, his best of the season.
Todd Gilliland now. See what he's got. I'm getting our cars ready for the Xfinity race.
Got some work to do down here in 3 and 4. He's going to make it up over Keselowski. I don't think he's going to do it. That's just you see the point. See how it starts to trend up the race.
Can you stream the race the way you do? No, I wish that would be awesome. That would be so cool. But no.
Feather out of the gas, help the car slow down a little bit, let those front tires catch up. It's the only thing on the table.
Missed it by 14/100ths. Here's Ryan Preece.
Todd Gilliland missed the top 5. Keselowski's on the line, cutoff line here. I don't think Keselowski's going to be in the top 5. Leon says go 9.
Yeah, we heard Brad talk
about
running that 50, and you see he's already on the bubble, so he's definitely not going to make the next round.
Still gets a lead here.
This is a lot better
Preece trying to catch him,
what they were in race
but not fast enough. He's 6th.
Much misses by 5/100ths.
Here comes Ty Gibbs. Let's see what he can do.
Here is Ty Gibbs.
Let me see those 54s. Where's Eric Church at?
This will be his 3rd start at Texas.
Yeah, that lap was a 30, by the way, 28:34. Ooh, look at that baby roll the middle of the corner, Kevin. Stayed right on the bottom, rolled with a lot of speed, a lot of grip.
He's fast,
back to the gas, keeps getting bigger and bigger on the big end. 3 and 4, can he hold it down?
And this is definitely a racetrack where you can turn in a little bit early. You saw him get to the white line a little bit before the center of the corner, but so far a decent lap.
Steven, what's going on?
I'd say 28.40. That's a tenth better than Christopher Bell.
Wow.
So that will bump Brad Keselowski.
That
Put Zane
54
Smith
is
on the bubble
fast,
for Ross
man.
Chastain, who started 5th and finished 2nd here last fall.
Well, if there's one
Here's
thing we know about
Chastain.
Ross,
Let me
he's
see those
definitely
watermelons,
committed to
Joe.
laying a fast lap down, so he will be on the other side of aggression.
Slow to get his car rotated. Got it rotated back to the gas, though. That's one thing that separates him. He was patient, disciplined in that race
Chastain
car.
just a
Once he
half a
got appointed,
car length
wham, right back
faster,
to
a
wide
car
open.
length faster than
Helped his
Zane
exit
Smith
speed.
now.
Larry St. Gibbs was 8 miles an hour faster in turns 1 and 2 than Bell. That's the difference first to second. Chastain is 4th. That bumps Smith, puts Hocevar to the bubble, and now we'll start locking drivers into the Fast Five and the second round with Alex Bowman, a 2-time pole winner here.
Hocevar just a little bit faster. He's on the bubble. Alex Bowman trying to get him.
He's going to need a good 3 and 4.
You forgot all about Baby Gibbs, South Virginia. Your 3 that you picked.
By 1/100th of a second, Alex Bowman knocks
Look at
Carson
Bowman.
Hocevar
Gets in the
out of
top
the Fast
5. I was
Five,
going
and
to
that
pick him for the
locks
win,
Ty
y'all.
Gibbs into round 2.
I think he's in trouble, though. I think it's definitely going to be an early 50 to be able to make that top 5.
I was going to pick Bowman for the win,
I think Bowman's in trouble at 56.
but I went easy
Joey
and went
Logano,
Larson.
winner here 10 years ago, has 12 top 5s at Texas.
Oh, he gave up some.
Yeah.
Slow to get back to the gas.
Yeah.
Got in the corner way harder.
Logano.
Well, he had to turn to the right going to the center of the corner.
Not
and had to
fast
correct
enough. Bowman's got him by a car
and just
length.
killed his speed.
He sure did. Definitely going to pay the price on that. He'll go back and see that on the day to want that lap to do over again.
Yeah, and that's just one of those things where you just carry just a tick too much speed to the center of the corner, and you have to make a small correction, and it just kills your momentum.
4 more
on the
legs,
exit.
y'all. Help us
That
get
was the
there.
hardest thing about when they repaved that turn 1 for me is not only is it wide, see how wide it is for him to get in the corner. The other aspect
All right,
is,
here's
and
Reddick.
Kevin, I know you
We
are,
see those 45s.
we have places that we look
45s
for,
in the
markers
chat.
on the racetrack. There's really not a good
Go
marker
Fords,
for turn 1 to be
Rebel
able to
X
lift
says.
and find that consistent lifting point.
Well, you see Tyler Reddick right here. He rolled right through turns 1 and 2, and the thing that he and Ty Gibbs have is they can just lean on their car harder to the center of the corner and not have that car step out to make that correction.
Fast,
And
too.
that's
Top 5.
that's a good lap by
Wow.
Tyler Reddick. It's a great
Look at
lap by Tyler
Reddick.
Reddick.
So Reddick locks himself into round
28.35.
2 along with Gibbs and Bell. Here's
We might
Ryan
see a
Blaney.
27.
Won the pole and the race here in Xfinity in 18. Finished top 10 5 of his last
All right,
6
Blaney.
races here.
Teresa, let me see those 12s. Let me see those 12s. Where you
So
at,
far, so
Teresa?
good.
Show your 12.
Yeah, I think he's going to be in good shape here.
Use a lot of real estate on the exit.
Blaney's
too, as long
got
as it don't get
Chastain
tight
by
or
a
forward.
car length and then some.
Looks like it's going to hug the bottom well.
You see those
He's gonna do
12s.
it.
Looks like Blaney may lock himself into the next round, and he does with
He
a
does.
28.46.
Third fastest.
That will bump Ross Chastain, and the final spot from Group A. is going to be
Chastain's like,
Austin
I'm going back
Cindric
to
against
bed.
Chase Elliott.
All right, y'all. Let me see those
Won here in
nines.
Xfinity.
Where's my nines
Top
at?
5 back-to-back.
Chase
13
on
starts here.
the track.
Lot shower entrance to the corner. Look at that. And he had to lift. Gave up a ton of roll speed in the center of the corner.
Yeah, he turned in early in his entry. He just had to turn the wheel back to the right because he was going to hit the apron if he didn't.
Yeah, he had a definitely
Georgia
shallow
boy.
getting in. I mean, there may have been a reason why. The reason you would do
Go,
that
Jake.
is if your car was loose.
And Elliott ends up 12th.
He snuck a 20 XD.
So the Fast Five from Group A is set, led by Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, and Austin Cindric all move on.
And Chase
to the
was not
final
fast
round.
at all. He's 12th fastest. That's not good for the Hendrick cars. I mean, Bowman kind of showed some speed, but not really. So we'll see what Byron and Larson have for the Hendrick cars. But Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, and Austin Cindric will move on to round 2. 6 through 19 will be on the outside line for the start of the race on Sunday. So take a look there to see where your drivers are. They're about to disappear. And there they go. All right, so we're now in Group B. Group B qualifying, and that consists of Jimmy Johnson, Austin Dillon, Harrison Burton, Corey LaJoie, Kaz Gralla, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Noah Gregson, Josh Berry, Daniel Suarez, Michael McDowell, Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, William Byron, and Kyle Larson. So there is your qualifiers for Group B. Southern Style is the best. Yuck. 12th. Just 3 more likes. Help us get to 100 likes, y'all. Come on, y'all. This is easy to do. It's really easy to do. Hit that like button for us. Show us your appreciation of being up so early to bring this content to you guys. Help us get there. Make sure you subscribe as well. We're trying to get some more subscribers. Let's see. Did we get any more? Did we get any more? Nope. So see if we get a couple more subscribers as well. If you're new to us and love for us to join the channel, make sure you do. But we're trying to get to 11,480 here before the stream is over. See if we can get 2 more subscribers for the day. And then coming up after this, Group B, after Group B qualifies, we'll have round 2 of qualifying for the top 10. I will put our pin message in for the Xfinity race that we'll be having for you guys right after that, about an hour after that. I think it starts at, I'll be on at 12:15 Central, 12:15 Central for the Xfinity race. So, honky tonkin' and juke jointing ain't having too much fun kicking it in the sticks. That's right, Rebel X. But way to see Tyler Reddick and Ty Gibbs there battling back and forth with each other in that. That should be interesting for those guys that start up front. We'll see where those guys qualify. Come on, y'all. 200 in the chat. Hit that like button. Yo, bro, at CeeLo. What's up, bro? All right, here we go. Back at it. And it's Austin Dillon.
We move to Group B. Jimmy Johnson will not make a qualifying run, as he told Jamie earlier. Here's Austin Dillon, the pole winner.
Yeah, so Jimmy Johnson was going to take dead last. Provisional, I guess.
New crew chief last week for Dillon. Justin Alexander back on top of the box. His former crew chief Keith Rodden is here, taking care of Austin Hill's car this weekend. .28.51. Jamie?
Well, for the 5th time, Austin Cindric has made it to the 2nd round. Looked pretty sporty. How'd you feel?
Yeah, we just scooted in there. It was that was good. I'm pretty happy with the work the guys have done on the Discount Tire Ford Mustang. Try and give it another shot here in the next round. It's a pretty fun racetrack because, I mean, you just have one corner that I'm wide open in 3 and 4 in qualifying trim. And you pretty much know how your lap's going to go the moment you get through 1 and 2. So you kind of just dread or looking forward to the lap time that comes up. So I think I can gain a little bit more on myself for this next round and hopefully have something to say for pole.
Thanks, Austin.
Thank you.
Harrison Burton next up. He won an Xfinity race here in 2020.
I like this paint job on Harrison Burton. Looks really good
Series starts here.
On the 21.
Corey LaJoie finished 14th here in 2022. His best result in 10 starts here.
Well, this will be interesting, Clint, to see what the lap times need to be. Racetrack's pretty much all cleaned up and ready to go, as we saw by Austin Dillon's time of 28.51.
Thanks for getting us to the subs too, guys. Thank you so much.
Interesting to see if it gets hot, enough hotter to slow these cars down, or if this group's just faster.
I said before we started, I thought maybe we'd see maybe a late 20. I don't know. 34 was pretty fast.
I know one thing. When I look up and look outside the window and watch them go through 3 and 4, I think, man, I'm glad I'm sitting up here.
I haven't decided yet, Jake. What's up, Clan? Good morning.
Visually looks fast.
It visually looks really, really fast.
Good possibility, though, Jake.
First Cup start at Texas.
If it all times perfectly.
Which is hard to do on a track this big. I mean, you're up here in a bird's eye view in this booth in a 1.5 race.
So Kyle's not going to qualify either. Jimmy Johnson either.
How fast they're going, especially in 3 and 4, like you said.
So Kyle's already got a struggle already. Now it's going to be.
That banking holds you in there. As you watch Grawley go through 3 and 4, man, it's when you lose that banking, when you slide off into 1 and 2, that's when it gets your attention.
Visually, it looks like when they go into the corner, it looks like they accelerate through the corner when you look out the window.
There's Ricky Spinhouse.
So don't look out the window.
Ricky Stenhouse finished 9th here last September. His best finish here in Cup. He is a former Xfinity winner here.
Oh, he's not sure, but he's not going to qualify.
Larry, presenting the wide open throttle, coming to the green and creating all that momentum. The flip side of that is
it didn't look like there was too much damage to the car.
Down in 1 and 2, right? You're going from race trim, and then all of a sudden now you have a massive amount more momentum, speed going off into the corner.
Yeah, they were all the Hendrick cars except Larson were slow.
Having to adjust and to compensate, I think that's a little bit.
Larson was the only fast one.
Elliott in that last group.
Stenhouse is 4th, Jamie.
Well, Bubba Wallace was on the pole in the fall here, led a lot of laps. So far, that quick practice session, what do you think you have for qualifying? Is she good enough to do it again?
I hope so. We didn't get the best of read on our car and kind of adjusted off what the 45 had in the first group, and don't know if that was necessarily the right direction. So we'll see. You got to
go forward. One of our new
subscribers,
Mike, says go forward. Josh Berry.
Everything here. So I think we got to really.
And he has a redeem as well. It's exclamation point redeem Berry.
Get through the gears and do all you can.
All right, good top 5 for Bubba last week at Martinsville, Mike.
Yes, it was. Noah Gregson. 1 Cup start here, but he's a former Xfinity Series winner.
There's Josh Berry in that 4.
Is 2nd fastest. Here is Josh Berry, who's making his Cup debut at Texas.
Does he miss GoDaddy?
That's the first time you heard getting up through the gears. And I think that momentum that you speak up through 3 and 4 starts clear back on your lawn.
That 4 car is fast. He's always fast. Qualifies good, too.
From the very drop of the throttle off of pit road, that momentum starts.
Berry 28.67.
Well, you make a good point, Clint, and to reference that, what Bubba said.
Berry 4th for 4.
You have to be wide open coming to the green. Those first few cars in Group 1 may not have been, but now everybody knows you have to run that corner wide open both laps to be really good. And if you're not going to be really good, you're going to be the guy just barely burping the throttle in 3 and 4. But 1 and 2 is still the key to the equation.
But if you're lackadaisical, coming up through the gearbox, coming on the racetrack, and you can cut 10, 15 mile an hour.
It's like he's going to drop Burton out of the top 5. He's got him by 3 car lengths.
Daniel Suarez has finished 3rd twice at this racetrack. Needs to best 28.73 to bump in, and he does. Second fastest. Harrison Burton.
Suarez pumped in at 2nd.
This baby right here has always got some qualifying speed.
Here's Michael McDowell.
Well, it has a committed driver.
You see those 34s in the chat, y'all. For you members, 34.
Just communicating and being the leader of the team week after week, and they've struggled a little bit the last few weeks, but when it comes to a commitment racetrack like this in qualifying, you know that Michael's going to be committed to leaving that throttle where it needs to be, and that's down.
25 starts here with the best finish of 11th 2 years ago. McDowell, top of the chart, bumps Josh
Wow.
Berry.
Look at McDowell.
That was good enough to make it last time.
Now Kyle Busch scheduled next will not make a qualifying run. Here is Eric Jones, who has wins here, 3 of them in Xfinity and 1 in the Truck Series.
Eric Jones.
Clint, you heard Larry tell us in our ear that Michael McDowell was the first one in 1 and 2 to not use any brakes, and I like that strategy. That's how I always like to approach turn 1 here, was to try not to use the brakes, because of the fact that you just never can tell how much speed you're scrubbing out of the car when it's a momentum type situation. I'd rather give up a little bit on the entry and not use the brake and take that momentum in mile per hour through the middle of the corner.
Corey LaJoie hangs on to the bubble. Jones is 7th for now. Here's Chris Buescher. A home race for Buescher, who has 5 top 10s in 8 starts this year, looking for his first top 10 at his home track.
There's Buescher here. He's a little faster than LaJoie, about a half a car length.
car rotated and came off low and straight. Back to the gas
Joy
pretty quick.
is half a car
Don't
length
think
slower.
I saw any break for him either.
There's Buscher.
You can actually hear that car take the load, you know, as it
got it.
through the
Top
banking
5
in
for
3 and 4,
Chris
you
Buscher,
heard,
so Gregson's still in
It's
there.
a lot of load, and as you go
Here
into
comes
that
Chase
corner
Briscoe.
into turn 3 and load that car up, it all of a sudden
Keep hitting that like button, y'all. Trying to get to 150 on the likes. 150 now.
Small corrections, and there's little bumps that go with that whole corner to be able to make the car go through there smoothly.
Chase Briscoe had issues in qualifying here his last 2 races, but rebounded to finish 5th and 10th.
Oh, there's a lot more cars to come, though.
These 50s are a lot closer
Between
together.
Martin
in this
Truex
group than it
Jr.,
was that
Denny,
last one.
Bubba, William Byron, and Kyle Larson. I don't think he's going to be
I
there.
think McDowell's, 50
No
flat
way.
is safe, but man, you don't have to look too far down the line of 52 to be.
Briscoe.
Well, what a great lap! that
Wow,
was
look
for
at Briscoe.
Yeah, and what I saw right there
A
off the turn 4 is something
28.3.
that
He's
Carl
getting
Edwards
closer.
used to do a lot. He was in the middle of the racetrack, just kind of rolled that banking all the way through turns 3 and 4, and
All
just
right,
let the
see
car come
those
off a lot lower.
Truex. Let me see my Truex. I know Surf
Wow,
Bum's long
37
gone,
for
but
Briscoe.
let me
Here's
see
Martin
those
Truex.
19s.
Bumping will
Truex,
begin,
baby.
Or lock-ins will begin for the Fast 5. 3 times the runner-up at Texas for Truex.
Look at that. That was great, Clint. He gave up a little bit on the entry, but man, did Martin power up through the center of the corner and really accelerated off of turn 2.
I mean, that's against Busch's 52, so this is, this is going to be another great lap.
44 for Truex, and Busch is
44.
out. Suarez is on the bubble, and Briscoe is locked in to the final round.
Well, you asked, the question is this track going to pick up speed or taper off?
All right, Denny Hamlin. Let's go,
Here's
baby.
Denny
Go,
Hamlin.
Denny.
10 straight top 10 starts here for Hamlin.
Let's go, Denny.
It looks like the strengths of those Toyotas, Clint, is how they can get through the center of turns 1 and 2. It looks like they just have more side bite and able to have that grip to lean on and rotate the car through the center of the corner.
It's all good,
to be able
Bronny.
to carry more mid-corner
All good,
speed.
brother.
Well,
Keep on coming back. That's all that matters.
I mean, you nailed it right there. I think they're just making more grip, more downforce for their race cars right now than the competition, and it shows week in and week out.
Denny
with the
third
consistency in
fastest.
their finishes.
Austin Dillon.
For Hamlin now,
I think Austin Dillon's about to get kicked
is
out
not
here,
locked
Bronny,
in.
with
That will lock
Bubba.
Truex into the
See what
final
Bubba can
round.
do.
Bubba Wallace, the September pole sitter here, who finished 3rd.
There it is again. Right through the middle of the corner.
And there's going to be right here. Bubba's got Dillon by a car length now.
There's another car low
There it
like
is.
Briscoe was. up off
Austin
the
Dillon
corner.
out.
Second with a 42. That
Not a
puts
big Denny
Austin
fan,
Dillon.
and at the same time, I would like to
And
see him win
Wallace will
get a
lock
championship.
himself in
He has
to the
talent.
final
Yeah, that's
round.
right,
William
maybe.
Byron.
I'm afraid he's the
One here-
modern
won a
day
truck
Mark
race here
Martin,
in
though.
2016, one here last September.
All right, let's see
after
what Byron
starting
can do.
18th.
So far, all the Hendrick cars have
spots
not
left.
been good,
In the final round.
except Larson.
And I thought McDowell's 50 was going to be good. It's not going to be.
He's way faster than McDowell already by 2 car
It's
lengths.
picking up.
One back here in the fall.
Briscoe in the 30s. Wallace, Truex, Hamlin in the 40s. Byron in
And
the 30s. He
second
is
fastest.
And that will knock Michael McDowell out. Byron locks himself in, and the final spot.
And here is Kyle
in the
Larson.
final round is between
Let's see
Denny
what he can do.
Hamlin, who's been there the last
Let me
10
see
races
those
in a row,
fives.
and Kyle Larson.
Now, he's going to be used to the speed. He's been over there at Indy. That space shuttle run, 220 mile an hour. Didn't have that rude awakening coming from Martinsville.
Let's see what Larson can do.
It's going to be a great lap. This is compared to Hamlin's 49.
3 car lengths
Denny Hamlin's gonna start
on
his first
Larson
race outside
already
of the
on
top
Denny
10.
Hamlin's time.
It's a good lap.
Larson, top of the board, 33.
Larson. Wow.
With an 8, that is the fastest lap in all of qualifying. And it bumps Denny Hamlin out of the final round.
Ah,
Kyle
shucks.
Larson, fastest of all in round 1.
All right, so between Larson, man, this qualifying is going to be good. Larson, Jace Briscoe, William Byron, Bubba Wallace, Martin Truex Jr. all move on to the next round. 6 through 19 will start on your inside line. Of course, Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch both did not qualify due to wrecks in the practice. But there it is. So let's see what happens here on Group 2. So now this time I'm going to get our Xfinity race link in the chat. Share. Copy. And I'll put that in our pinned message. For the Xfinity race. One second, y'all. Let me type this in real quick. All right, there's that. And I'll make this the pinned message. All right, so there you go, y'all. Make sure you go over there and click that link and go give that a like and notify yourself when it goes live. We'll go about 12:15 or so for going live for the Xfinity race. So 5 more likes for 115. Get those likes up. That's right. Denny won last time. He finished 6th in group qualifying. Yep, that's true. So it doesn't matter where you start. It's how you finish. But it's always good to see it been in that round 2. So we're in round 2 here. And we get rid of the group B. But we're going to go group A. Group A is the first 5. Austin Cindric actually usually does the group A, and they were the top 5 there are in group B. So I'm not sure how they're going to do that. But Austin Cindric, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, and Ty Gibbs. This should be lots of fast cars between Larson and Blaney and Briscoe and Byron, Reddick, and Gibbs. All fast. So let's see what happens.
Got suspended for the Cup race.
You're wearing the same. Awesome. This hat's awesome and comfortable.
So he wrecks Hornaday under the caution. I'm leading the race in the trucks and wound up winning the race. Well, on the radio, I was livid because Hornaday was going to win the championship that year. So it basically cost us the championship, and I was mad. And I said on the radio, I said, if somebody doesn't go over there and
no, he did not, Cameron. He wrecked.
Right now, I said, I am going to be completely disappointed in everybody that is in that pit. Well,
so how did that all turn out?
It turned out great. We won the race, and I had to go get Josh, who's worked for me for a number of years. I had to go get him out of the NASCAR trailer. He took it to heart and went over there, went after Kyle Busch, went up in his trailer, and the NASCAR officials yanked him out of there, pulled his hard card, and I got to victory lane, and the security guard was waiting for me in victory lane. He was the first one to my window, took the window net down, and said, everything has been handled. We don't need any more chaos.
All right, so Josh did get his hard card back, and you'll see a new episode of Happy Hour every Tuesday and Thursday. Brought to you by
they do
NASCAR
qualify. Yeah, they do. They get to race. There's provisionals and
what do you mean
past champion provisionals and stuff like that too as well. So yeah, most of the time you are going to qualify, especially when you got so many drivers in it. But yeah, so there's a lot of different provisionals that get you in the race as well. But yeah, so Kyle will get in, and Jimmy Johnson will get in as well. Due to past championships, they allow those as well. So owner provisionals and all that stuff. It's kind of complicated, but yeah, they will definitely race tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so coming up, qualifying for Group A in the top 10 here. We'll see who do you think's gonna get the pole, y'all? Let me see in your chat. Let me see it by number: 2, 5, 12, 14. 19, 20, 23, 24, 45, 54. Let me see who you got in there. Let me see. Rebel X says the 12. Who do you have that's going to get the pole? Who's it going to be? Let me see. Let me see. And thanks for the subscribes too. Butterfly's going 24. FJ Force going 2. Not really, Rebel, Kevin says. We'll see. We'll see what happens. 12 looked fast. I think it's going to be Larson, or is it going to be Ty Gibbs? I think that's who it's going to be. I don't know. Reddick is fast. It's down to those 3 guys. Norman says Larson. Let me see who you guys have. Who else do you got? Let me see. What a difference between last week and this week, or FS1 to FS2. Danica's on the pole. That's right. Truly Keselowski on the pole. FJ says the 2. Cindric. Wouldn't that be surprising if Cindric gets the pole? Take a guess. That's right. Take a guess. Let me see. All right, back to it here. Audio coming at you right now.
Welcome back to qualifying for the AutoTrader Echo Park Automotive 400. Final round coming up. Here's Jamie.
Well, the bad news for Denny Hamlin, you just missed out on making it to the second round, but the good news is both of your cars, 2311, advancing to the second round. Take me through your lap there, Denny. Where did you need a little bit more?
Getting up to speed was one, and then just not being aggressive enough into turn 1, I think the biggest factor for sure. So with the field so close, with all the on-throttle time, it's all those little details.
Well, starting 11th isn't all bad for Denny Hamlin.
14, Jake's going Briscoe. I know, Steven. I know. Nah, brother, I work at Hardee's. Go home and go home.
Win the Busch Light pole, but which one?
Thank you, Steven. I appreciate it, man. Is Boyer developing an inferior complex? Dylan? I don't know. I think they just like Boyer and Harvick. The banter between both of them makes it funny. I think it is funny sometimes, but sometimes it's too much. But we'll see what happens. It's either gonna be Reddick, Gibbs, or Larson. That's my opinion. It'd be nice to see a Ford on the pole, though. I know that would make Bronny happy. A Ford being on the pole. That's the biggest factor, T-Van. It's a big factor. It's a huge factor, T-Van. I think it's going to be, let's see, what time does it start? Let's see. I think I said 2 o'clock. Let's see. Let me go to my trusty NASCAR app, and that'll tell me. Of course, I need to update something. We'll update it later. Schedule. 2 o'clock, so 1:30. 1:30 will be live. 1:30 tomorrow, Central. 1:30 Central. What about Truex? Yeah, I don't know. He had speed, but I don't think he has the speed like Larson and Reddick and Ty Gibbs does. I don't think he can. We'll see. You never know. But 1:30 tomorrow for the live stream tomorrow from Texas. So, what about Ty Gibbs? For sure. Very fast. He can stick it in the turns. He can stick it. So after this we'll be taking about an hour break, and we'll be on about 12:15. Go hang out over there on the other stream waiting on me, and I'll have everything reset. I'll reset everything here, change the emojis, and we'll have a good time. So Hardy sounds pretty good. What happened to Kyle Busch? He was coming out of turn 2, spun and hit the wall in the backstretch, and tore up his car. So he's probably going to a backup. My picks are the 12, the 1, and the 99. Let's go, Randy says. The 12, the 1, and the 99. We'll see what happens tomorrow at Trackhouse Racing. But here we go, back to Truex here.
I mean, so far today's going pretty smoothly. Bass Pro Shops, Camry seems to have good speed. It's just all about the comfort level, the balance, and it's been close. So felt pretty good with it right there. I feel like there's a little bit we can do to get better, and then a little bit I can do, and hopefully pick it up a little bit. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Here's the order for the final round, beginning with the Group A cars.
For the new round?
And then the 5 Group B cars.
Okay.
To try and allow pretty much equal cool down time.
Well, life's a competition, Kevin. Lord knows we're going to make it. Who are you picking?
I'm going to pick Tyler Reddick. I like Group A.
Better?
I'm going to surprise you. I think William Byron. I'm going to go out on a limb.
Hey, you know what? Confidence is a real thing in this sport. You're not picking anybody, Mike?
I'll tell you, Chase Briscoe impressed the heck out of me with his lap.
Is that
See if
your
he
guy?
can back it up. Sure.
Okay.
Got old Rusty on board this weekend. Rusty Rush Truck Centers.
Did you think I just had
local
one?
company, Texas boys. Got them looking good, proud. Good to see the 14 car running well.
I understand you're going to have the history lesson for us tomorrow.
Yeah, I got some cool stuff.
All right.
Man, they have
Thank you for
a
those
Peterbilt
subscribes,
giveaway
y'all.
that is awesome. Peterbilt right down the road in Denton here. Big facility and big part of what Rush does. You see a lot of those trucks in the garage area pulling these trailers, all the transporters pulled by their trucks.
Hey, turn that camera around. You'll have an Ussie. Look at the big screen. Hey, look at the big screen. Too late.
All right, here we go. Austin Cindric. Let's see what he's got.
Austin Cindric, who's made quite a habit this year of getting into the second round of qualifying.
You hear how hard he was coming on the racetrack, getting that momentum, that speed built up, getting up through the gearbox like we talked about.
Up here, they make those girls make pasta.
Well, you hear that gearbox, and it'll be a lot like last
How about
week.
the
It'll be
Mets,
that
South
no-lift
Virginia?
shift type situation to help
Yeah,
you
they
get
coming
up to
around,
speed.
bro.
And that is what it's all about through 3 and 4, knowing that you have to be wide open.
You can thank the
gotta get up
Braves
through
for
those
that.
gears
Thank you
correctly.
guys. 120 likes. Keep it going, y'all. Let's see what he can do.
28-52 in the first round for Cindric. We had 2 drivers in the first round in the 50s.
Whoa! Used a lot of
Sorry,
real
Mike.
estate
You're fine.
up off the corner. I don't think he cracked out of the gas, but I wouldn't have wanted my hand in between there.
We had 4 drivers in the 40s and 4 in the 30s.
No, you're right. I'm from Connecticut, Kevin says.
28-48. That picks up 4/100.
Not going to be fast enough.
From the first round
28-48
for
is not
Cindric.
going to be fast enough.
Here's Christopher Bell, who ran a 28-50 in round 1.
This hat has a better feel to it, T-Van. Sorry. There's Christopher Bell.
Well, you heard him go to the throttle.
Got a
crack
half
the throttle,
car
back
length
to the
on him.
throttle.
Christopher
I think
Bell in
that
those
was just because
20s.
The first time he realized that it wasn't going to turn, it was just a touch too soon, and didn't seem to hurt him compared to Cindric. But
You can kind of see where he was placed on the racetrack. It was waiting on that gas as you speak of, but the difference was Cindric tied up off the corner and him not. When he did get back to the gas, it was wide open. The car was pointed in the right direction, right spot on the racetrack. And Cindric was tight.
28-41. He picks up 9/100ths from round 1. Now Ryan Blaney had a 28-46.
All right, let me see those 12s.
In the first round.
Blaney time. Teresa, drop your 12s.
yeah, and that right there, I know it's not a lot of time, but that really shows you the difference between how the 20 of Christopher Bell and the 12 of Ryan Blaney are positioned in
Go
the center of
Blaney.
the corner. And it's just that split second of rotation with the car that the
He is
20
one of my
and the Toyotas are beating
second
the Fords
favorite
with
driver.
rotation in the middle of 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't even look at the speed that it rolls faster or slower. I look at the way that car's
I
pointed.
do have
because
a
that
Blaney
point,
hat, T-Van.
that affords you the ability to get back on the gas.
There
If
she
it's
is,
not
dropping her
pointed left
12s.
in the right direction,
Banana bread in
you
the
have to
oven.
wait on the throttle, and you will be slow.
All right, here we
off
go.
the corner, making that
Let's see what Ty
straightaway
can
slow.
do here. He's got to
So
beat a
Blaney 2/100 slower
28-4-1-7.
than he was in the first round. Here's Ty Gibbs. His first round lap was 28-40.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we
Got
saw
him by
this
half a
earlier
car
when we
length.
talked about Ty Gibbs being able to get to that white line with a little shallower entry than everybody else, but still make the middle of the corner, and that's what he did right there compared to Christopher Bell.
He did both things right. That car rolled the center with more speed, and
Gibbs has got him by half a car length.
Top of the board,
Got him.
28-40.
Gosh,
28-40.
A 40, 41, 48, 48.
Exactly right over the top of and backing up what he did.
All right, let's see what Reddick can do. He's going to have to hit I think a 28-3 is going to win the
Tyler
pole.
Reddick was the fastest.
It's got to be a 28-3 to win the pole.
28-35.
And he doesn't have it.
Disciplined in the corner, rolled back to the gas early, but again,
Gibbs,
see the point
car
of the
length
car?
on Reddick.
Couldn't get back to the gas.
The
Mirrors
champ
wide
is
open in
here,
front of him as
12.
he wanted to.
Sportzilla says, let's go Larson. And Ty Gibbs still has it.
Reddick falls off a tenth of a
Look
second.
at them Toyotas.
Just crumbs.
Top
It's
3.
hard to explain how little of a difference that is between a 40 and a 45. We're talking a 1.5 mile racetrack, 180-some mile an hour. That's
it's
tight.
It's just going to be whatever he thought the blip of that throttle was in the middle of the corner in 1 and 2.
Jamie?
Pretty much a home racetrack for Christopher Bell. And, well, this is guaranteeing you a better starting spot than you've had the last few weeks. Take me through that run.
I mean, it was as comfortable as you can be here at a very uncomfortable racetrack. So we've put a lot of emphasis in qualifying, and it was good to make the second round and have a good lap in the second round. So I don't know. We've been a little bit off qualifying, so it's good to get a good
South
run.
Virginia.
Yeah, Toyota's 5 of the top 10 here in qualifying. Race, though, set up. What do you expect?
I feel good about it. I don't think we had a very good
But I think the
practice session
Chevys are going to be
lap-time-wise,
better on
but
the
field
long
felt
run.
Really good. And,
You're shocked at
this
Briscoe?
place is just really sketchy, so it takes a little bit of time for me to get
See what he
acclimated
can do.
to it, and just trying to creep up to it and not make a mistake and pull out a back.
So that's Group A.
Sketchy is a word that we hear quite a bit. I'm going to talk to your teammate
And
over
Group
here,
B.
Ty Gibbs. Been quick. Ty, take me through. We heard the word sketchy about this racetrack. How would you sum it up?
Yeah, I feel like we have a really fast interstate batteries Toyota Camry. I appreciate all my team's hard work. Definitely, this place is one of the more treacherous ones we go to, but I feel pretty good, and hopefully it sticks. But we'll see what happens. Overall, it's been a good day. I feel like we've got a good race car, and that's really what matters here.
I know you get up to speed quite quickly, but you guys had that quick practice session. Did you make some gains on it for tomorrow's race?
Yeah, I think we did, and I think the biggest gain is just myself and getting more experience here. This is one of the places where it's been a yard sale for me in my career at this track. So, like every time we come here, something's going on and you don't finish. So, I feel like this is important to have a good run here, but most importantly, we get a win.
Hopefully, no yard sales tomorrow.
Yep.
All right. Well, the season has been Joe Gibbs Racing versus Hendrick Motorsports. 7 of the 8 races won. Pretty close in top 5s and top 10s. Big difference in laps led. Of course, more laps in the short track races than the super speedway races.
Which one do you like
5
better?
drivers
You
to
like
go
Atlanta or you like Texas?
to see who sits on the Busch Light pole.
I mean, they're two different types of tracks.
With Martin Truex Jr., who's going to
Here
try
we
to
go.
improve on a 28.44. If he's able to back up his first round time, he'd be third.
That battle between those two organizations has been interesting. When we went to Vegas, Kevin,
See
a mile
what
and a
Truex
half,
can do here.
I thought the Hendrick camp looked the best, no questions asked. And then comes the short tracks. All of a sudden, here comes the Gibbs cars. They seem like they own those short tracks. The laps led show that. Now we're back for another mile and a half track, and I feel like these Gibbs cars have narrowed that gap on the Hendrick, speed that they had in the grip that they have in these mile and a halves.
Not fast enough.
Well, the only thing I'm
Gibbs
worried about in
got
this
it.
group, Clint, is just that shorter time to get your tires cooled back off. We see how much better sticker
Nice.
tires are and
Should be
cool
fun.
tires are for that one lap. So we'll see if some of the next 4 cars can overcome that short time.
Sam should
period
have a
of
huge
cooling.
crowd there.
28.52 for
Maybe
Truex.
says
That is a
Texas.
fall
Richard
off
says
of 8
Texas.
100ths from round 1. Also, the ambient temperature's coming up, and so is the track
All right,
temperature.
here comes
getting
Bubba.
higher.
Let's see what he can do. Any Bubba fans out there?
Bubba
Any
Wallace,
23s?
28.42 in the first round.
Steven says he doesn't like Texas.
Right now, 3 Toyotas on top of the board.
Well, you see him. Bubba tried to go back to the throttle right there through the middle of the corner, and the front end just took off on him. Just went at it a little too quick. Doesn't take much.
Texas Motor Speedway, yes. Coda, no. Yeah, I'm not
That's going
a
to place him 7th with a
Coda fan either.
68. A fall off of a quarter of a second. William Byron, 28.38.
So what Byron can do. Gibbs still has this. It's going to take a 28.3 to get the
in
pole.
the final round here. And Motorsports looking for their 250th pole.
Oh,
this their 40th
Byron had it
anniversary
into the
season
turn,
in
and then
truck
he
racing.
lost it.
Two things there. Gibbs
He had
rolled
it
that
into the
center
turn.
so much faster. And the point, that thing was lower up off of 2 than William Byron's car. He had to lift out of the gas, couldn't keep that car down on the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, and if
not going to be as fast.
If there's one thing that I would go back and study, all these guys need to study, is how soon Ty Gibbs got to that white line. I used to do that a lot here and found that you could get away with that by just wrapping that line.
All right, let's see what Briscoe can do here.
Obviously, his car is
Bristol,
good too, to be able
baby.
to have something to lean on and turn, but there is something to getting to that white line a little bit sooner.
Let's
to
see what
wrap around
Briscoe
the
can
corner.
do.
At 46 for Byron, a fall
See,
off of 8/100.
can they see? None of them can stick it in the turners like South Virginia said.
Hope for a front row start here.
Same difference. Same corner, same scenario. Center of the corner. Roll speed.
Yep.
Being able to hug that white line.
I think the only car that's going to be free enough to go this quick on the heat cycle of the tires is the 5 car. We all know that Kyle Larson.
All right, let's
runs his
see
car
what the 5 can
freer
do.
than everybody else. That's part of what makes his success.
It's going
is
to
his
come
car
down here. They just
control
can't
and
hold
being
it.
able to run that
It's
car
true.
freer than
All right,
everybody
let's see
else,
what
but
Larson can do
he's the
here.
only one left that has a chance, obviously.
Now Briscoe is 4th, also with an 8/100th fall off. If Kyle Larson's time falls off 8/100ths, he's going to be right on top of Ty Gibbs.
Let's see here. He held it in the turn. Gibbs has got him by a half a car length going down the backstretch. This will be the turn right here.
The old straightaway handling's plenty good on that car.
About the same. Larson.
Wow.
Larson's got the pole. Wow.
Larson with a 28.36. The fall off is only 3/100ths of a second. Kyle Larson, 3 consecutive.
It sounds that he's the only one that could
Last
do it.
driver to win
Ronnie,
3 straight,
not
Christopher
again.
Bell in 2023, and this is the fastest pole position ever on a 1.5 miles.
I told you 28.3. A 28.3 was going to take the pole. Butterfly says, I'm tired of Larson.
What do you mean the connecting?
Wow, oh wow. So there it is, y'all. Larson, Gibbs, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Austin Cedric, Martin Truex Jr., and Bubba Wallace is your top 10. No, we're not going to a shootout. So there it is. Let's come back and listen to talk about Kyle Larson for the poll, and then we'll call it a day. But there it is, y'all. So make sure you're going over to the other side to check out the stream for 12:15 or so. We'll be there live. I'll reset everything, get everything ready for the Andy's Custards 300 from the Texas Motor Speedway. The Xfinity race will be on here pretty soon. And I hope everybody, each one of you, come back to us here for that race. And if not, we'll hopefully see you tomorrow. But thank you so much for hitting that like button and subscribing. All our new subscribers, thank you so much as well. But I forgot to have the qualifying. I forgot to have the qualifying text. Qualifying. There, that looks better. More professional. So we'll just wait for Larson to be interviewed here, and we'll be seeing here in a little bit. Now go watch my video. Oh, you put it up? Okay, I will. And then I'll post it in our link during the Xfinity race, so you guys can go watch it too as well. And I'll post it in the Discord too. Cool, we put it together. Can't wait to see it. Dang, CeeLo, you have to start covering the rodeo. Exactly, right? We're doing everything, man. It's been a good ride. We're going to take advantage of it while YouTube's pushing us a lot. So I like Larson running the other series. Definitely went to see how the 500 goes. Yeah, that Indy race should be fun. See what he can do. But definitely see y'all real soon. We'll just like here to see what Kyle Larson says as they come back from.
Texas is now Kyle Larson's 13th different track with a pole. Here are the pole winners this season. You can put Kyle's picture up there 3 times, and 2 for Joey Logano. Jamie.
I don't know how he does it. He's so calm no matter what. The fastest pole qualifying speed since we've gone to this car on a 1.5 miles. How do you do it, Kyle?
It's a pretty good deal, FJ.
A great car, for one. A great team. So, yeah, cool to get 3 poles in a row. That was, I said on the radio after the first one, I was like, that's about the most intense thing you can do or experience throughout a lifetime. It's just it's so on edge, and like you know how much like throttle time you have to run fast, and it's just sketchy, so sketchy. So yeah, that was cool. The 250th pole also for Hendrick Motorsports in the Cup Series, which is amazing, and I'm glad I can contribute to some sort of numbers since Williams been stealing all the thunder here lately. But no, just a great day, and you're happy, really happy to get a pole. This is honestly, since we've gone in the next gen car, this has been a place where I've really struggled at qualifying, like committing into turn one, and I told myself I was going to commit today, and paid off. So happy about that.
The way you describe driving this car today reminds me of what drivers say when they drive an Indy car. That's something you got to do this week at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. What was it like, the sensation of speed there, and then coming back here and jumping in your stock car?
Yeah, no, I mean, for sure that doesn't hurt to feel, 220 something there, but it's surprising, like, this felt way faster today just because the lack of grip. The Indy car there was cold and overcast, and the track was green, so it had a lot of grip to go along with that speed, so you don't really get that sensation. But here today, like I've felt on edge, every lap, and you're having to commit. I mean, we're running wide open through 3 and 4, it's bumpy, and 1 and 2, you're having to commit really hard. So it's just it's intense, but for sure, I think it definitely doesn't hurt when you can go 220 something a few days ago. So just been a fun week so far, and look forward to racing the sprint car tonight across the street here, or across the parking lot at the dirt track here at Texas, and get my fix of all the cars, I guess, this week.
He races all the cars, and he does it well. Great insight there. Kyle Larson will lead him to green on Sunday, Mike.
Yeah, sprint car racing tonight.
All right, so there it is, Kyle Larson running everything, dominating everything he does. So, all right, guys, we'll see you in about an hour for Xfinity Race. Thanks for everybody hanging out today. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for the new members, and the thanks for Mike Standard for becoming a subscriber, and all the private subscribers as well. I want to thank my lovely wife Spain for everything she does while I'm just hanging out here with you guys. Thank my mods for everything you guys do. Thank my members for giving your money back to the channel. And thank you for watching this morning, a really early stream for On The Go at CeeLo. But you guys made it a perfect, awesome stream. Over 100 likes, got our goal for subscribers and everything. So we'll see you in about an hour for the Xfinity race. And I'm going to make sure I hit the right button this time, because I hit the end the stream button instead of the end the stream outro button. So until then, guys, we'll see you soon. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. If not, we'll see you soon. Whenever. It's always been fun hanging out with you guys. Peace. Love ya.